Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Penny. Say hi, Satsu.
What up, though?
The Lord of Punishment will not be joining us tonight. He's just wanted a night off. Time to kick back, relax, play with himself a little bit. And so that's what he's doing tonight. While we are here slaving away over the keyboards.
Indeed.
Nah, he just took a night off, guys. He's fine, so no need to worry about him. That's from him. That's what he said. So we're gonna let him have a night off.
You know,
everybody deserves that.
You know,
everybody deserves a little time off now and then.
I guess. Nah, he does.
Yeah. How you doing tonight, Satsu?
Pretty good. Being a fucking hater. That's what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. 7 streams per day. Who? Me? Not me. I would, but I didn't. I mean, I only did 2 today.
Well, in regards to you, that's not much of an exaggeration.
I mean, I still think my record is 6. It could only be 5. I can't remember. I've done a lot. Bring Jack on. Is Jack in the chat? I'd be happy to bring him on. But Satsu, how was your day, man?
My day was pretty good. I got some work done this morning, and then my wife came home. Very upset that we just had a bad day overall, and she got a phone call from family members who made the day worse, and she was just like, "Babe, please, like if there's any other day, I need you like to be in here supporting me. Today is the day." So we chilled out and watched the movie, played with Aaliyah, and then she took a nap or went to sleep, I guess technically, because she ain't woke up yet. So
Prospero points out that Lawyer Dog's in chat. P Dog, if you want to come hang out, let me know. I will definitely send you the link. I had a pretty decent day. I slept very well last night and hard. And I woke up and I thought something was wrong, man, because my house was perfectly silent. And I realized it's because I couldn't hear the heater. I was like, wow. It was a little unnerving. I'm not going to lie. I've watched too many movies and TV shows where people wake up and it's perfectly silent. And then they look around and they're zombies. I got to stop watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But P-Dog says, sure, I'd love to. I'd have to dip the last half hour, though. There's no problem with that. I will send you an invite right now. Before we move on, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, hit that like button and share our stuff. I don't do a lot that you need to share, but these guys who hang out with me all the time do, and you should share their stuff.
Please, thank you.
I'm trying to find you, my friend. Why are you not? P-Dog, why are you not in my list? Well, it has been that long since we've DM'd each other, for fuck's sake. Send me a message, man. Send me a message, because this is a pain in my ass. Name yourself something like Steve so I can find it. It's Big Assassin's birthday. We're going to do this for him. Big Assassin, this is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Isn't it hard to be assassin while you're big?
Happy birthday to you.
Or do you hunt giants?
Happy birthday, Big Assassin.
I think it'd still be hard to hide, though.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. I hope you had a good one. Twitter sucks. You know, I hate that because it should be really, really easy to find people that you've talked to ever. And they're like, nah, man, you ain't talked to them.
At least relatively recently.
Well, I don't delete the tweet. So after I, like P-Dog right there, he sent me a message. I can see all of the shit we've already said to each other. Like, don't tell me I didn't talk to him. Man, Jack's a dick.
Oh, what?
Jack's a dick. He runs Twitter.
Oh, I thought you meant, never mind.
No, not the other Jack.
I'm like,
he's a dick
too.
He's a dick too, but for different reasons.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so yeah, I had a good day, and then I come onto Twitter, and there was some fucketry which we will discuss later, and did a stream that went very well, and then went and played the Ghost game for a while with Kyle and Stun and the old man Bloodwing. It was nice.
Dude, I thought you were playing with Sinatra because I saw him get on when you guys were on. I was like, oh shit.
No, about 20 minutes after we started, I got a message asking me if I wanted to go play with him. I'm like, I'm already playing, guys.
Yeah.
P-Dog, my friend, how are you?
Hey, what's up, fellas? And good evening, lords and ladies. I am the Lord of the Night.
Are you?
Well, I'm P-Dog Knight, right?
I don't know, man.
Okay, close enough. Actually, I'm the Lord. I'm the Lord of what are the jurisprudence? That's what I am. The Lord of jurisprudence.
There you go. Hey, hold on. Trademark.
Real quick, this is Kyle. Thank you so much. Who says, hello, chat people, Lords of the Night, and P-Dog.
Well, hi, Kyle.
I'm liking the background, yo. Digging it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is my new office.
I've been wanting to get a green screen set up like that for a while, man. I just don't have the space, fortunately.
I accidentally clicked the wrong button and left the stream.
Oh, I didn't even notice you were gone.
Well, thank you. You're a good friend.
I am.
Should we look at news?
Why?
Or should I ask P-Dog how he's been? P-Dog, how are you, sir?
I'm actually fantastic. Show's going well. Those who don't know who I am, I recently hit my 1,000 subscribers, and I finally got my mobile streaming on my phone. It was kind of pissing me off. It took like 3 weeks, but yeah, things are going good. I'm real happy, and life's going good. Just had a nice vacation, and everything's great.
Cool. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. We're going to talk about some stupid shit in the news right now.
Word.
Because that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What is this one? Trump weighs firing FBI director after election as frustrations with Ray Barr grows. President Trump and his advisors have repeatedly discussed whether to fire FBI Director Christopher A. Wray after the election, a scenario that could imperil the tenure of Attorney General William P. Barr, as the president grows increasingly frustrated that federal law enforcement has not delivered his campaign the kind of last-minute boost that the FBI provided in 2016, according to people familiar with the matter.
Of course.
Oh,
polls
they don't have a real source?
Well, yeah, that's what when they're making shit up, that's what they go with. Polls show that the whole FBI thing with Clinton didn't move the needle at all. At all. They like to blame it on that. We're looking into this dirty whore. Is that the wrong way to say it? Wow, Alyssa. That is very, very kind of you. She says, hello all. Enjoy the shekels. I will indeed. They'll most likely be spent on the grandkids and food. Okay, then. Thank you. That is very kind. Very kind. I read more of this article. It's the only article that I pulled up that we're going to be talking about that I have read. And it's basically stupid. It's basically, yeah, it's made up. It's like, well, this is what it's theoretical that they might maybe do this, maybe kind of, maybe. If the whole point, you guys tell me if my logic is wrong here. If the whole point is that they're upset that they haven't helped them with the election, wouldn't it be kind of fucking stupid to need to fire them after the election?
It'd seem a little pointless.
Yeah. Well, and who's saying that they're worried about them helping with the election? Who's actually saying that?
Sources familiar with the matter.
Sources familiar. Thus, so there's the problem. I don't believe sources familiar. I believe people who actually say shit that actually have faces and hands and bodies.
It is amazing how that has become a thing. I mean, it is rare to actually see a sourced article.
Right.
But anyway, that's the article, guys. This is the Washington Post. There's a whole lot more to it. I'm not linking it. If you guys want to see, just go to the Washington Post and click on any random fucking article. And they're all pretty anti-Trump. So we're going to read more. Because I like to do that. I like to piss myself off. I lied. I said there was only one that I read. I did read a little bit of this one. The CDC expands the definition of who is a close contact of an individual with COVID-19.
Oh.
Yeah. Federal health officials issued new guidance on Wednesday that greatly expands the pool of people considered at risk of contracting the novel coronavirus by changing the definition of who is a close contact of an infected individual. I'm skipping a paragraph because it's fucking meaningless and going on to where we need to hear. The CDC had previously defined a close contact as someone who spent at least 15 consecutive minutes within 6 feet of a confirmed coronavirus case. The updated guidance, which health departments rely on to conduct contact tracing, now defines a close contact as someone who was within 6 feet of an individual for a total of 15 minutes or more over a 24-hour period. So it used to be you had to be in contact 15 full minutes. And now it's, even if it's a minute at a time, if it's in one 24-hour period and it adds up to 15 minutes, close contact.
So if you're watching TV with someone, it counts. Or, if let's say I work at Dairy Queen. Okay. I'm working at Dairy Queen, and somebody with COVID comes in and they stand in line. They find out this person stayed in line and they came in for lunch, but they were only there 10 minutes because the line was kind of long. But then they came back at 3 o'clock to get an ice cream cone, and they were there 5 minutes. Now everyone who works in Dairy Queen could have been within 6 feet of that person, and so they could shut down Dairy Queen. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
The person who worked at Dairy Queen in that scenario could be forced to quarantine. Thank you, Professor Chaos. Ray should be fired for nothing being done about Biden's laptop, no accountability for agents involved in FISA abuse, and more. Maybe he should be fired, but that whole article, they're saying that it's because it didn't help in the election. Pincalo, thank you. Blackwashing the gingers again. I mean, hi, Marty.
Hi, Pincalo. Hey, but you do know that Ray had a press conference just about an hour and a half ago, right?
I did not. I was playing a video game, having fun with my life. What did he have a press conference about?
Well, let's see. This is from Twitter, so they kind of left out an important part here. But the FBI says Iran and Russia have taken specific actions to influence U.S. elections. During an unexpected news briefing on Wednesday evening, the Federal Bureau of Investigation said Iran and Russia have obtained information of registered voters and have been sending out spoofed emails to influence public opinion relating to the U.S. election. And then Chris Wray said Americans should be confident that their vote counts, adding early unverified claims to the contrary should be viewed with a healthy dose of skepticism. But in the press conference, Wray said that they were trying to intimidate voters, and the purpose was to hurt President Trump, not Joe Biden. So that's not what, Twitter didn't put that part in there. So it's just whatever. So maybe he'll be redeemed in Trump's eyes just for that press conference.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Dark Resurrect. Yeah. That's not how infections work. Look, I didn't do it. The CDC did. So blame them. I had nothing to do with any of their decisions. Moving on. Purdue Pharma agrees to plead guilty to federal criminal charges in settlement over opioid crisis. The Justice Department announced a historic $8.3 billion settlement Wednesday with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma, capping a long-running federal investigation into the company that, for critics, became a leading symbol of corporations profiting from America's deadly addiction to opioid painkillers. As part of the deal, the largest settlement ever reached with a pharmaceutical company, officials said Purdue Pharma agreed to plead guilty to 3 felonies, but state authorities and families who have lost loved ones to their products said the Justice Department's terms, which include $225 million civil settlement with the billionaire Sackler family that once ran the firm, are too lenient. Holy shit, that's a long sentence. That is a long, winding sentence. In other words, people who are still pissed at the company say it's too easy on them. What say you, gentlemen? You think $8 billion is too lenient? I do blame some of the pharmaceutical companies for pushing their drugs the way they had. The bigger problem, though, and let's be honest about it, is doctors who are prescribing the drugs. Because these weren't drugs that you could go to the pharmaceutical company and buy.
Yeah, they were getting them. The doctors were supplying them, basically.
And they learned of this addiction issue pretty early on.
Yeah.
So again, it's the doctors who are prescribing it, and maybe the pharmacists who are refilling it, depending on if they, or how careful they are refilling prescriptions. But to blame the pharmaceutical company, I struggle with that a little bit.
I can see blaming them because there is, if I remember correctly, there's information that they were downplaying the severity of the addiction problem.
Right.
And not just that, but the chance of death from these synthetic fucking heroines. I don't know, how much is a life worth? How much is a life worth? How much are each of these lives worth that were lost to addiction? But again, for me, you have the real problem is the doctors.
Like you said, the drug companies don't prescribe the drug.
Yeah.
How did that? Hey,
real quick.
Go ahead.
So did I, and this is from 6 minutes ago. Sanguine, I'm so sorry I did not get a notification for this. It says, seems like it would be a case that if one were to assume that this is accurate, that the only way to be familiar with it would have to hack, wiretap, or the like to be such. So Twitter will clearly strike down everyone sharing that article, right? Of course. We look, internal internal conversations with the president, that's always on record. Always. Or not. Thank you, tall person. Hi, all. Just got home from work and will watch in full later. Happy Apple Day, everybody. To you as well, sir.
Yeah.
And Dark Resurrect, thank you. Pharma gives kickbacks to the doctors. I mean, yeah, pushers, and somebody said it a minute ago, dealers and pushers. I don't think the pharmaceutical company has no liability here. I just think $8 billion is a lot, and for anybody to go, that's not enough. Like, well, what is enough?
What do you want them to literally go completely out of business and disappear so nobody gets anything? Because that seems a little counterproductive.
Did you get your super chat, bud?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I got it now. This is from Bear Cock. I love saying that. And he's not related to Jeffrey Toobin. It says, okay, he has a message and a I don't know, I can't remember the word. Anyway, he says, "You're the minority now, monkey." Just realized who I was sending this to and just thought how fucking racist it sounds. Sorry, I swore.
Well,
but yeah, he said it to me, but then it says, "You're the minority now, monkey." So
yeah, sending that to you was
I think he just sent it to you.
Whoops.
An error in judgment.
Oh, I figured out what it really means. It means I'm the only non-regular on the show. But then the monkey part kind of throws me off.
The monkey part is where it goes, ooh.
Yeah.
And yes, I am the minority on the show right now. I'm okay with it. You know why? This is how I grew up, y'all. Anyhow, moving on. Trump slams Democrat leaders as hopes for pre-election stimulus deal fizzles. President Trump accused congressional Democratic leaders Wednesday evening of blocking a new economic relief deal, further narrowing the path for any agreement to emerge ahead of the election. Quote, just don't see any way Nancy Pelosi or crying Chuck Schumer will be willing to do what is right for our great American workers or our wonderful USA itself on stimulus. Their primary focus is on bailing out poorly run and high crime Democrat cities and states. ... So apparently you said more, guys. Should take care of our people, Trump wrote on Twitter on Wednesday evening. Or maybe he just put the dots in there. His comments, which were inaccurate in some respects, came at the end of the day when Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, they give him a lot of deference. Notice they didn't say Donald J. Trump.
Right.
Good God. And Senate Democrats blocked a narrowly crafted GOP relief bill, which itself was much smaller than what the president wants. At the same time, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi reported progress on her ongoing but laborious negotiations with Treasury. Fucking laborious?
Oh my God.
She's just out there working so hard for you guys.
Her fingers are raw.
Look,
writing.
sitting back in a chair with your arms crossed like we're not doing shit to help him. Yeah, that's super tough. It's got to be real hard.
Her laborious negotiations with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin on a much bigger package, while acknowledging it might not be possible for Congress to finalize a bill ahead of the election less than 2 weeks away. Trump's Twitter post came 84 minutes after Pelosi's spokesman said that the Democrat leader and Mnuchin were close to putting pen to paper on legislation. Well, let's back up. His comments, which were inaccurate in some respects, came at the end of the day when Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats blocked a narrowly crafted GOP relief bill.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he wrong? He said they blocked it.
Yep.
It's incorrect in some respects.
Oh,
By the way,
I know where it is. Go ahead.
No, that bigger package that Mnuchin was talking about,
Yeah.
has absolutely nothing to do with Jeffrey Tubman.
Oh, God damn it. Sanguine, thank you. Well, Satsu, considering the number of people that want to nationalize health, yes, they do want to drive businesses under because everyone equally sharing nothing is better to them than having everyone improve meds that cost money. Everyone having improving meds. Thank you, James Kyle, who says, Chuck, back of the barn, Schumer. Fuck Chucky. That guy's a dick. But you know what? To what Sanguine said there, I would not be surprised if there's people who honestly wanted to put some pharmaceutical companies out of business just out of their socialist bullshit. Everybody should get the same crap medicine. All we should have is aspirin. Okay, I see the part that they're saying is wrong here because Nancy Pelosi, he said, just don't see any way Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer will be willing to do what's right. That still doesn't say he's wrong because we don't know what the Pelosi one is, and she's been dragging it out. We know what they want. They want money. Trump's right, for states and cities. That's what's been holding this up. They want to throw billions of dollars at states who can't manage their own fucking budgets. The Democrats want to give them a relief package because they fucked up. Trump's not wrong there. And Schumer absolutely did block it. So Washington Post, could you please, for the love of all that is holy, take the Democrats' cock out of your mouth before you start typing, because you say some really stupid shit.
Did you see Nancy Pelosi's interview with Wolf Blitzer a few days ago?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where she is screaming, her and Chuck do not want to give the president a win before the election. They are playing politics with the relief package. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. And the Washington Post is so busy carrying water. I mean, every damn article you read from the Washington Post has to figure out how they're going to bash Trump. And the Democrats are the ones doing it, and everybody knows it. Even Wolf Blitzer.
Well, it was funny watching that because she accused CNN of being a
they were Trump apologists, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Right.
Apologetics for Trump. CNN.
Does she watch CNN?
I don't think.
Of course she does. That's why she went on there. She doesn't go on places that actually apologize for Trump.
True.
Or even come close. She ain't going on no Fox News program. She sure as hell ain't going on OAN. Yeah, she knows what it was, and she knew that kind of bullshit would get play, and they'd be like, yeah, sometimes CNN defends Trump. Oh, God. Do I want to read this? All right, we'll just read a little bit of this one because I don't care. Fatal shooting of Breonna Taylor was not a race thing. That's in quotes. Officer says in first public interview. Why are we Breonna Taylor would be alive today if police had given her and her boyfriend less time to respond before breaking down their door in a drug raid. Said a Louisville police officer in his first public interview since participation in the fatal shooting. All right. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you. Real quick. Evolved Potato, thank you. Aspirin, that might be a too high class for commies. Maybe chew on some willow tree bark, or basically the same. Just exchange it for the day's food rations. Yes, indeed. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Did he say if they had given them less time to respond?
Yeah, basically, if they had done a no-knock break-in warrant, he wouldn't have had time to get his gun.
Ah, okay. That's okay. I was thought I misunderstood that.
We would have either served a no-knock warrant or we would have done the normal thing we do, which is 5 to 10 seconds to not give people time to formulate a plan, not to give people time to get their senses, so they have an idea of what we're doing, Mattingly said. If that had happened, Breonna Taylor would be alive. Whether police announced their presence before entering the home has been a point of contention in the closely watched case. Although the officers had a no-knock warrant, they maintain that they identified themselves several times before using a battering ram. Okay. Where's the part about it not being racist? I don't care. Look, it's time to let that poor woman rest in peace. Go ahead, Satsu. It sounded like you were going to.
Well, the part that's kind of puzzling me is because the only reason shots were fired is because shots were fired. So, I mean, I guess I get the sentiment there where he's just like, yeah, if they would have just went in on the no-knock warrant like they were supposed to do, they wouldn't have had time to prepare. Dudes would have been arrested or whatever, or they would have been apprehended. We'd have been able to assess the situation. Nobody would have died. Maybe. But
or by the time they got to the top of the stairs, the gun's drawn and there's a firefight in the room.
Right. So
in closer quarters, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of black people sleep with their guns by their bed, under their bed, right next to their bed, over their fucking headboard.
There's a lot of white people who do that shit.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, sure, possibly that could be the case. What exactly does this have to do with race, though? Is my question.
Snubber, thank you. More time to hide. When my relative was arrested, he used this time to hide a hard drive or this case. Draw a gun faster on the cops. I'm not a fan of no knock. I don't understand why this couldn't have been done during the day. I'm not a cop. I don't have the point of the matter is she wasn't killed over race. She was killed. I do have a problem with this case because there were actually 4 places they were looking at. One of them that they did not hit that night because they didn't have enough people to do it was a known drug house. So instead, they went to Breonna's house, where they think sometimes the guy might have had drugs delivered there. And in hindsight, they think maybe she was carrying money for him. Like, so you skip the known drug house to go to her house.
Yeah.
You do you, boo. But the decisions have been made. People have their minds made up. And like you said last night, Satsu, there's people who keep going back to she was shot in bed, which she absolutely wasn't.
I mean, it's so, and it's not like, it's very similar to the shot while jogging story, but it's fundamentally different because everything and the facts are all there. Like, there's no speculation. There was no kind of build up to the full thing. Like, everything was laid out. Her body was located in a very specific spot that was set in the was told in the thing. Her boyfriend testified, and based on the call that he made and the records for that call stated that she was in the spot that it claimed. Like, there's nothing, literally nothing anywhere that says that she was killed or suggests that she was killed while sleeping. And
right.
Like, there's nothing, but it is the mainstream narrative. Like, everybody believes it. And I'm just like, that is fascinating to me. Because there is nothing at all that supports that.
Yeah. It's time for MSS News, guys. If there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up on the MSS News hashtag over on the Twitter machine. Almost tripped, but I didn't.
You could.
All right. Let's see. This first one comes to us from Massive Dynamics. Dutch man unable to walk, talk, or eat for 8 years regains ability just 20 minutes after taking Ambien sleeping pill.
What?
Richard, 39, choked on a piece of meat in 2012 and suffered traumatic brain injury. A man whose brain injury left him unable to walk or talk for 8 years regained full consciousness 20 minutes after taking the sleeping pill Ambien. The 39-year-old from Amsterdam, referred to only as Richard in the medical journal Cortex, was diagnosed with akinetic mutism at age 29. He suffered the rare disorder after choking on a piece of meat, which starved his brain of oxygen and robbed him of his ability to perform basic tasks. Richard was only able to respond to questions or commands by making gestures with his eyes, but did not move voluntarily and had to be fed through a tube. Doctors said they decided to give him Ambien, sold in the UK. They have the real name here. I don't. Stop fucking doing that. You know I can't say it. Sold in the UK as Stilnoct and in the US as Ambien as a last resort following reports of the sleeping pill temporarily curing patients of paralysis in studies around the world. Within 20 minutes, he was able to walk with help of his carers and phone his father, who had not heard his son's voice in a decade. Writing in the journal, medics said giving Richard the drug once a day could keep him alert for 2 hours, but the medication would start to lose its impact if taken for 5 days on the trot because his body would become tolerant. Wow.
What the fuck is that about?
It's wonderful medical research, and I feel like they should start looking at what the fuck is in Ambien that could help cure paralysis.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's amazing, but also kind of like, what?
Now, let me ask you guys this. If that was you, I mean, I'm sure you would enjoy that 2 hours, but for the whole last 15 minutes, wouldn't you be like, fuck, here it comes again?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I would spend that whole 2 hours telling people what I want to happen for the next 22 hours.
Fucking bodies on cooldown until fucking... Dude, I played many RPGs. Good lord.
Red Caster said, wasn't there a movie like this in the 90s? There was a Robin Williams movie where they had the people who were comatose, and he gave them something that woke them up for... It was a few days before they crashed again. This poor motherfucker, he only gets to be I just can't imagine only being able to move for 2 hours a day. And even then, they have to watch it because your body's going to adjust to it. And it's not like something Awakenings. Thank you, Faithless. Yeah, that's the name of it. And it's not like they can test it on him. Like, okay, maybe it'll be different with him than people who have sleeping problems who take it. Because if they fucked up, I mean, then he's just used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, now he wakes up for 1 minute a day. And for that minute, he jerks off furiously. Come on, you've been in a comatose state, basically, where you can only blink at people. You wake up for 2 hours. Tell me you're not going to jack off a little bit.
Like, sorry, if you want to engage with me while I'm awake, you're going to have to do it while I'm masturbating. It's just, sorry, it's just
okay. I can't remember which show I came on.
You know, that is a very interesting statement after what we just talked about. I'm very curious as to what
Jeffrey Tubin. No. Oh, my camera is on. Damn.
Your camera is on. You can't touch it.
Okay. Wasn't even thinking about it, but Jeffrey Tubin. By the way, Faithless says tug the Tubin. No. It's his little Michael Avenatti. He was playing with his little, because remember how big of a booster he was for Michael Avenatti, and then he kind of had to apologize.
Oh,
so I call it Tubin was playing with his little Michael Avenatti.
I got to be honest, I haven't really heard about Tubin before that story popped up. I know I knew the name, but it's not somebody I paid attention to.
Yeah, he's on CNN a lot.
The next one is from Frosted Glass, and this is a Vice story. The Young Turks led the American genocide, but the progressive show, The Young Turks, won't change their name.
We're having this fucking conversation now?
Well, more like again, because this conversation's come up a few times.
Well, yeah, because of Anna Kasparian or whatever, right? But like,
well, no, because there's a group of Armenian activists who are demanding now that they change their name, and they're saying, fuck off.
Well, they don't give a fuck about what they think.
No, I know. Well, because there's the Young Turks.
The sub-headline is, if a group decided to call themselves the Young Nazis and pitch themselves as a distributor news outlet, people would be rightly outraged. She's not wrong.
The Young Nazis.
She's not wrong. Armenians in the U.S. are renewing their calls. See, told you, renewing. They've done it before.
All right.
For the popular left-wing news show, The Young Popular. Suck my dick.
Popular.
News show The Young Turks to change its name, saying it acts as a painful reminder of the Armenian genocide. The genocide, which officially took place in Turkey under the Ottoman Empire between 1915 and 1923, resulted in the deportation, rape, and murder by starvation, torture, massacre, and death marches of about 1.5 million Armenians. Most of the Armenian dysphoria today exists because of genocide, which was planned and executed by the nationalist offshoot of the Young Turks movement. Many of our community members who have been protesting the Young Turks through social media have made a fair equivalence between Young Turks and Hitler Youth, said Alex Galitsky, a communications director with the Western region for the Armenian National Committee of America. Then he repeats the thing about young Nazis. Other Armenians have equated the Young Turks' refusal to change its name to sports teams with racist mascots. No, it's worse than that. I'm sorry. It is worse than that. The Hitler one is a good comparison. The Redskins is not.
Yeah.
Mascots who won't change their names and invoke indigenous stereotypes or trivializing indigenous cultures. No. This is not about them trivializing indigenous cultures. This is about them using the name of people who committed genocide, actual genocide,
as their branding.
And in fact, deportation, rape, murder by starvation, torture, massacre, and death marches of about 1.5 million Armenians.
Yeah. But don't pay any attention to that because the Young Turks are popular, bruh. They're popular, bruh. By the way, the guy who decided to name it Young Turks, he's the one that gave you AOC.
Ding.
Just throwing that out there. Frosted, what's wrong with you, man? That wasn't one that made me hate you.
Are you reading the Vice article?
Yeah, that was the Vice article.
Yeah, now that's another interesting phenomenon there, that Vice writes this article about the Young Turks. The Young Turks are already having some problems money-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Vice is kind of a competitor of theirs.
That's fair.
And pitch this article, that's interesting. I just find it interesting, that's all.
Well, you're not wrong. I just think it's funny they called him popular. Next up, we have Jedi Ghost Bear. Protest finds most arrests in protests aren't leftist radicals.
I read this one this morning. Is this the AP article?
Yeah, this is the AP article.
Oh.
President Donald Trump portrays the hundreds of people arrested nationwide in protests against racial injustice as violent urban left-wing radicals. An Associated Press review of thousands of pages of court documents tells a different story. Whoa! Back up, homie. Court documents? Very few of those charged.
Keep reading. Keep reading. You'll get to it. You'll get to it, monkey. I read this morning. You will get to it.
Oh my God. Are they about to do what I think they're about to do? Okay.
Very few of those charged appear to be affiliated with high organized extremist groups, and many are young suburban adults from the very neighborhoods Trump vows to protect from the violence in his re-election push to win support from the suburbs. I'm going to punch my screen. I'm going to punch my fucking screen. Are they out of their fucking minds?
Because some of these are just some misguided suburban kids.
Okay.
From the very neighborhood Trump vowed to support. Okay.
Or they grew up in. So I read another article this morning talking about how a lot of these people that are these revolutionaries are a lot of just bored rich kids. Like there's the two lawyers who firebombed a police car, and like John Malkovich's son is one of the people who got arrested, and Tim Kaine, you know who Tim Kaine is?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Former vice presidential candidate who was with Hillary Clinton. His son got arrested in Minneapolis, and so they're basing it on where these kids grew up, or who their parents might be, or but does that mean they're not radical assholes breaking shit and killing people? Does it mean they're not part of the Antifa, the idea, versus Antifa, the bunch of dimwit, butt wipes that are out destroying shit?
Look,
they're from the suburbs. They can't. They're just misguided.
I don't know if you sent that in because you knew it was going to piss me off, but you need to go sit in the corner, sir. I will rant about this quite at length on Monkey in the Morning, but the short version is what Dog just said. This is fucking retarded. Yes, they are young. We talk about this a lot, about how they're kids living at home with their parents. That doesn't make them Republican or conservative. Oftentimes, I don't know if you guys know this, kids rebel against their parents' beliefs. It's almost like that's a phenomenon that's been going on for millennia. You fucking retards.
well,
I'm
think
just blown away.
Go ahead, Satsu.
I'm just blown away that they tried to pull like these people had no affiliation at all. They were just random people in the neighborhood who just showed up and just started fucking. I want to get arrested today.
Love you, baby.
I'm not
Yeah, they
with any groups.
didn't pay any attention to the arrest themselves.
Right. Yeah, and that was the thing too. That was the thing. What I caught. They said we looked at. So you didn't look at arrests, like actual. Okay. All right. Cool.
Sanguine. I will get that in a second. I got to go over here to read it though, because Sanguine sends in long ones, which I don't mind, but it's hard to catch them on the little screen that tells me I have one.
Yeah, you have to go over there and read them, even on because Streamlabs usually not Streamlabs. OBS usually documents them for you so you can see them, but sometimes they're too long for that. So
son of a bitch, I missed one from James. I'm so sorry, bud. This was 3 minutes ago. James Colley said, simple answer is no, because of Anna Rake My Nose Kasparian. Because she's better than you. Dude, it's because she's fucking better than you.
It's fucking better than you.
I'm fucking better than you. And Sanguine, thank you. Quote, if we arrest them and then refuse to charge them, then they won't show up in court documents. And to boost, if we never admit the group with a flag, rough uniform, tactics, and a cell-style organization is actually a group, then it isn't a group. Yeah, that's the other part. That's the other part. I was like, you son of a bitch. They have no affiliations. Are you fucking kidding me?
We'll see. And the fact that we know that 90% of every single person that has been arrested in any protest almost across the nation have just been let go and not been charged with anything. Come on. Like, really? Really?
Jedi, you need to go to all four corners.
That's right. Just
Literati, thank you. Sending my tip to Monkey Ital. Thank you, sir. Very, very much appreciated. I cannot tell you how fucking pissed off I am right now.
I'm going to send you the companion article that you can rant about in the Monkey in the Morning. It'll be in your DMs.
Thank you, sir. Moving along. This one comes from James Colley. Charlie Brown holiday special moved to Apple TV, ending long run on CBS ABC. If you guys don't want Apple TV because you don't want to buy Apple products because they're shit, you can just buy the Charlie Brown special on DVD. They've been selling it for years. I have a copy upstairs. This year, the lovable round-headed kid and he's a blockhead, and his peanut pals won't be making their traditional holiday appearance before Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. By the way, you can get all three of those on DVD. I have them all. That's because the rights to the popular holiday specials now belong to Apple TV Plus under a new partnership. This will be the first year that the oldest special, A Charlie Brown Christmas, won't be seen on an old school broadcast TV since it premiered on CBS in 1965 and subsequent run on ABC since 2001. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown for Halloween, followed in 1966, and A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving premiered in 1973. On Monday, the streaming service announced its exclusive rights to the cartoon in a new partnership with Wild Brain, Peanuts Worldwide, and Lee Mendelsohn Films. Apple TV is $4.99 a month, though viewers will be able to enjoy the Peanuts holiday special for free on select days, the company revealed. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown premiered on the streaming service on October 19th and will be available for free October 30th to November 1st. Okay, guys, you got to get Apple TV if you want to watch this. If you didn't go and buy the hard copies, always get hard copies, guys, because this kind of shit comes along.
There's got to be another way. That was something as a kid I look forward to every year. It was a big thing. There's because there's only 4 TV stations. One was PBS.
You're right, and, right.
Charlie Brown Christmas, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, Wizard of Oz. They all came on once a year, and you just looked forward to that day, and you made sure that you were home to watch that show. And
if I was Apple, what I would have done is bought them and still had them distributed on there, and I would have made a big deal about it. we're going to give these to them, but they have to show them ad-free. Because that's how much we like you guys and hope you guys enjoy these specials the way we did growing up.
Right.
That's how I would have done it. Get yourself some goodwill with your ancient technology, you Pincalo, thank you. Public domain is merely an afterthought in 2020. Well, even with public domain, it's 75 years, so we're not even close to that yet for Charlie Brown. We're getting there. I mean, we're getting there. A little bit longer, you guys. But, I mean, I don't know if showing things counts as renewing the rights the way... who cares? Fuck them. Fuck them. Oh, no. Froggy has sent in a couple. I'm going to let you guys decide. I'm going to read them to you, and then I'm going to read this super chat that I got, and then I want you guys to tell me which one we're going to do. These appear to be advice columns from Slate. The first one is, help, I just found out I have a 6-year-old daughter. Or, help, my husband is on a sex strike and won't tell me why. Sanguine, thank you so very much over on the Streamlabs, who says, I am seriously baffled how people can say that people all show up in the same area at the same time with the same outfit and same flag and same tactics, organize in nesting cells, and use the same slogans aren't part of a group. Don't forget, they also have their own candy vans that go around and give them support and products and things to you. They're a fucking organization.
Dude, that fact alone isn't even what makes it baffling. That is baffling enough on its own. And even if we were going to resonate in this area where only this exists, then I'd be like, you know what? I'm willing to extend a little bit of belief that this could happen. We could have a situation like this and people would still deny it. What fucks me up, though, about this whole situation is they can see two people standing in one place with MAGA hats on and be like, there's an infestation of MAGA people all over here. They're a large group, interconnected organization that it's just
yes.
Like, that's what really fucks me up. The fact that both of these things can exist at the same time, where it's just like an organization that nobody's ever seen. They have never had a rally, never had a group of people show up anywhere. All these little nefarious hidden societies that we keep hearing about. They are definitively active terrorist cells inside of America that we need to be worried about.
Yeah, they're your most dangerous threat in America right now. Oh no, not the guys in the black suits and masks setting that fucking bank on fire.
Yeah. No. That lady in the street. No, not them.
Time out. And that says, did the stream skip for anyone else? And Skeptalk says yes. Where did it skip? What did you hear? And then where did it come back? And Nuts, thank you so much. He's dropping the Streamlabs for all three of us. Guys, yeah, please support the gentlemen who are on the show with me. They're great guys. Gentlemen,
yeah.
Do we want to hear help? I have a 6-year-old daughter, didn't know it. Or help, my husband won't have sex with me and I don't know why.
Okay.
That sounds more interesting to me. So
I'm sorry, what was it, Satsu?
I said the sex strike sounds more interesting to me. So
all right.
Unless the person with the 6-year-old daughter that they didn't know it
is a woman,
a female.
yeah, that would be.
You know, judging by the picture, no.
Okay, never mind. Then let's go with the other one.
All right. My husband is on a sex strike and won't tell me why. I feel like he's trying to get back at me instead of talking about something that's bothering him. Dear Prudence, when I first met my husband, I was really excited to find someone who, like me, or someone else like me, who liked to have sex at least 10 times a week. Wow. Good on you, sir. I try to keep things interesting, but lately he's been watching porn and ignoring me. We are both very passive aggressive, and I feel like he is withholding sex to get back at me instead of talking about something that's bothering him. It was hard for me, but I brought it up directly, and he was put off by me addressing the issue directly. Our sex life has become both of us loudly proclaiming we will masturbate and going into different rooms. I know sex is very important for both of us, and we both have a history of cheating, and I am worried. What should I do?
Is this a homosexual couple?
No.
Oh, because I think All You Need's solution was very poignant. Wash your ass.
That could be it.
But but I guess it doesn't matter if they're heterosexual. It could be that either way. Just wash your ass.
I'm curious about something she said there. We both have a history of cheating.
Yeah, I caught that one.
Bitch, did you cheat on this guy?
They both have, apparently.
Well, she didn't say that they both have a history of cheating on each other.
And
he may have cheated on his last bit.
Hmm.
Or maybe you're right. Maybe it was he cheated on her. But how long ago did you cheat on him, sweetie?
Yeah, was this just like last week? He was like, my bad. We fucking still? And he like, no.
Yeah. Like, bitch, that's the 5th time you did. And see, that's another thing. Maybe he cheated once and she's like on her 10th time. There's a lot of missing context here. I feel like you can't help somebody like this because she's not being forthcoming with what actually happened here. I feel like she's lying to us. So Miss Passive Aggressive. Tell the truth if you're going to ask for help. And that's important. That's important anytime somebody asks for help. Whether you're writing into an advice column or whether you're going to the doctor, tell the fucking truth if you actually want help.
Yeah,
because
it's never a good idea. And even if you do manage to get the help through lying, it doesn't usually work out the way you want to at the end of the day. So just keep it real, man.
No, you can end up with, you go into the doctor and you're like, man, I just don't feel good. Have you been doing anything you shouldn't be? Nah, man. And then you go get a drug that doesn't cure your herpes. With that, we're going to move on to YouTube time. Satsu, what you been up to?
Not telling my doctor about what's actually going on with me. Well, I finished the trailer for the first, the actual series that I'm working on, and that'll be going up. I'm trying to debate on if I should put it out in tandem with the video.
No.
If I should put it out tomorrow.
Put it out before the video.
Well, here's the thing, though. I might have to make 2 versions of the trailer. I'll have to go back and re-edit it. I'll make a version that states that the video will be coming out. And then I'll edit it and make another one for when it does come out. Because there's one that I'm going to want to openly promote, but I don't want it to still be saying, video coming out Friday, and it's like a week later, so.
Well, yeah, just do it so it'll be premiering, and then actually put the date on the screen as you say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just make 2 versions or whatever. I'll have the version that I won't be actively promoting or whatever, the one just letting my viewers and everybody who's already here know that it's coming, and give you just a little bit of what's to expect. Quite a few people I've shared this with already has said they really, really enjoy it, which is good because I've been having a whole lot of fun making it, and I hope it's as well received as it has been. So I'm excited for it. I'm actually pumped. I just finished with the 2nd video. It is done. The script is done. The editing is done. I just need to put the music to it and set that one up, and I'm working on the 3rd one already. So I got a game plan here, and if this goes as well as I think it will, then it'll be fun. But that's where all of my attention has been. So
awesome. And P-Dog, what you been up to? But I just want to say very cool, Seth. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Basically, for those of you who don't know, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I have a little show on Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 1500 GMT for people who don't use American time zones, called The Morning Night Live on my channel. If you put your cursor over my name and those 3 little dots, you can go there to the right and subscribe to my channel. I talk about news. I just do morning headlines. I usually talk about things, except for sometimes you beat me to some things, monkey on your monkey in the morning. But I usually talk about things that people end up talking about later in the day. And then also, I do have one new video out. It's just a preview of a video that I'm working on. Lady Boomer and I took a trip to the North Shore Lake Superior a couple weeks ago and took tons of video footage. What we did is we went to the Canadian border and drove from the Canadian border south down, or not, actually it's west when you go down the North Shore Superior. And we stopped at every waterfall we could find and just took video of waterfalls and lighthouses and stuff. So a little preview video of that is on my channel right now. It's actually, I'm really happy with how it turned out, but the actual video I'm making is probably going to be about 25-30 minutes long, just of all the different waterfalls and the hiking and beautiful views of Lake Superior, the Split Rock Lighthouse, all kinds of cool stuff. So pretty proud of that.
How many did you find?
Well, there are, let's see, there are 9 state parks that are based around some of the waterfalls, and then we stopped probably at 4 or 5 more. And then we also stopped. There's a place, the Boundary Waters National Boundary Waters National Park. There's a historical marker there where they had like an old Indian and settlement and a fort that we took some video there. We also stopped at like 2 lighthouses, Split Rock Lighthouses, which is pretty famous on Lake Superior, and then the 2 Harbors Lighthouse, which is the oldest working lighthouse in Minnesota. And just took a lot of video footage and just lots of cool stuff. But the waterfalls were just amazing. We did over 4 days. I drove 1,072 miles, or no, 1,172 miles.
Damn.
We hiked a total of 30 miles over the 4 days, and
I ain't hiked 30 miles over 4 decades.
It hurt like hell. I'm too old for this shit, but it was great. And then the elevation changes because you're walking up and down hills, and they, like a lot of the state parks, have stairs, you know, to go see different levels at the waterfall, so you can take pictures and stuff. And I took video of all this. We did 81 stories of elevation changes according to my wife's Samsung watch.
Damn.
Over 4 days. So it was grueling. My knee's killing me still because this was 2 weeks ago, but it was just the coolest trip. And there are some just really cool waterfalls, and we're thinking about doing another trip on the UP, because I guess there's a bunch up there too in the future. So it was a great trip though. And so the video's on my channel. It's really it's just, you know, cool slow motion footage and shit like that. Oh, we saw a bear. Literally, there was a bear that was 75 feet from my wife.
Damn.
Drinking water in one of the rivers. We saw it when we were going on this bridge, and she got some video of it up in a tree, like eating berries out of a tree. And then we go down to the lower level under the bridge, because there's a waterfall that goes under the bridge. And she's trying to find some driftwood because she was collecting some stuff for her mom. And we look up, and there's a bear like 75 feet away from her, just drinking water out of the river. We're like, holy shit. So we got a little footage of that too.
Yeah, see, that's the place you and me are different. When I saw the bear in the tree, my ass would have been back in the car.
Well, they were black bears, though. Black bears are afraid of people. So
I don't like bears.
If it were a brown bear, then we'd have been like, let's get the fuck out of here. But it was a
Bears
black
are
bear.
cute.
It was a crowd
in a zoo.
Yeah. No, it was far enough away that it wasn't an issue, and there's enough people around that there's no way that bear was going to come closer to us. In fact, as soon as it saw us, it skedaddled.
Fuck that, man. Ever see the claws on a bear?
Yeah, we did, because we were watching it climb the damn tree. I mean, this thing, it was on a tree. I don't even know how the tree was standing. It was like this little thin rickety tree, and this bear climbs all the way up in the tree, and it's on the smallest branches. The branches are bending, and this thing's trying to eat berries out of the tree. And we're like, how the hell is that tree even holding this bear? But it was very cool. Very cool.
Bears are great in the wild, not anywhere near me, says Nuts. Indeed. I'm not a big fan of wild animals. Keldrick, thank you. Ranting Monkey doesn't like bears. Is that why Bearing doesn't come on the show? Bearing's been on the show before.
Oh,
it's been a long time, but
somebody mentioned that. Oh, sorry.
Let me get this real quick. And Johnny Hellcat, thank you. I don't like bears. Something you and Jay Cutler have in common. What were you about to say, P-Dog?
No, somebody said I need to have some room echo. So here's some room echo. Hey, there's the room echo. I don't know if it worked or not. I guess we'll find out.
It's not coming through.
No, it's not. Okay.
Not now. No. You might have to reset your audio in order for it to come through.
Nah, that's okay. It's not important.
Fair enough. Let's see. I did a monkey in the morning. First, we did a game stream last night and had a pretty successful. We've had a lot of good success with playing with the audience members over there on 2 Cents Plus. It's been a lot of fun, and Phasmophobia is a game that I'm addicted to.
Yeah. We actually experienced something for the first time yesterday too, didn't we, Monkey?
Which part?
One of our viewers that we were playing with did something that none of us has ever managed to do before, and that is die twice in one night.
In one game.
In one game, he died twice. Don't ask us how it's possible. I watched him die the first time in front of me because the ghost was coming for me, but it got to him first, and he killed him right in front of me. And then I watched his body fall, and his other body, for some reason, still standing. So he was standing over his dead body, and he was still talking to us. So I'm guessing that was his spirit that manifested as another person. And then his spirit got killed. So,
which we all watched live on camera.
Yeah, we all watched it from the truck.
Yeah, that was an interesting. Yeah, way to go, Della Hayes.
Indeed, you have performed the impossible.
So I did that, and then I did a monkey in the morning. I was really tired and wasn't going to, but I have a weird schedule, and I'm trying to get back to my weird schedule because I had to fix it to deal with the heater the last couple of days. And so I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna push through this, get myself through. And it was a decent show. There's sometimes when I do that and the show is just, I'll tell you guys, don't even fucking watch it. But about an hour and 15 in, Jack comes on and the conversation is just absolutely ridiculous. You guys should definitely go watch that.
Was that the masturbation show?
It might have been.
Just like that was this morning.
Yeah.
And then Shu came. I shouldn't say that way. She showed up.
Yeah, masturbation, and then Shu came. Good job.
Okay, that's okay. Just I won't spoil anything, but there you go.
It was a fun time, and
it was.
But it led to the reason I made my second one, why I did an after party this afternoon, which we will get to in just a little bit. Satsu, what do you have for the fucketry?
Well, I saw a very, very interesting post today. There's actually a thread over on Facebook, and the first post that started this thread said, "If I buy a dude," the word isn't dude, by the way, but if I buy a dude some food, you better believe I'm fucking.
Okay.
And the girl up under said, "Yeah, you eat for free, you gotta definitely let me hit." And then another person said, "Oh yeah, for sure. I'm paying for that food. You giving me that."
Wow.
And I'm just like, what is this? Where are these women? What is going on here? And dude, there's a bunch of dudes in there like, oh really?
Right.
Like
she gonna feed me, and
is that a fact? Because last I checked, buying food for somebody doesn't mean you get automatic. But now all of a sudden, okay. A lot of Saudi dudes in there. A lot of dudes who literally just got home from a date that they paid for and they get no cheeks.
Sure.
And they just like, what?
You went out with the wrong girl. That's all, homie. Now, did anybody ask these girls if they feel the same way if somebody buys the food for them?
There doesn't seem to be. Although I can't really see the comments because this is a picture of the thread.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know some of these. Some of them say they got comments on them, but I can't see them, unfortunately.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to put out if somebody buys you some food, but it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, it's a very nice thing to do. It is up on the higher part of the list of things you could do as a thank you for somebody buying you dinner.
And look, it could be different depending on where they took you. If they took you to McDonald's, you just, a little outside the pants action. If they took you to a nice sit-down restaurant and bought you lobster and spent $300 on your food, then maybe you let them go in the butt.
Yeah, so that was one of the things I saw. Let me see what else. God damn it! The fucking that dude Griffey I was telling you guys about, who makes the real funny videos or whatever. He made a video today called "When Old Folks Brag About How Hard They Had It," and the video is basically he opened the refrigerator and he was like, "Man, I'm hungry," and dude was like, "Hungry? When's the last time you ate?" And he was like, "About an hour ago, man. I'm struggling." He was like, "Struggling? Don't you ever fucking talk to me about no motherfucking struggling." And then he just goes on about all the things he had to do. But one of the things he said is, he was like, "Well, how did you eat if you didn't have a microwave?" And he was like, "We had to wait for the KKK to come and set a cross on fire in our yard. And we had to use that fire to heat up our food."
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, bro.
God damn. Oh. That ain't right.
"You ever had a honey sandwich before?" He was like, "A honey sandwich? What is that?" He was like, "Picture this: 2 pieces of bread with honey in the middle. But the only difference is there ain't no bread and ain't no damn honey."
Oh.
Dude, I love this fucking dude's videos, man. Every fucking time he come out with a video, I have to watch it because he is funny as hell.
Is he the same one who did the answering machine video one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have to link that to me because I didn't subscribe when I watched that one, and I should have.
Dude. Oh my god, I was crying, man. That shit was so fucking funny. And Aaliyah was in here with me, and she was looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Oh man, that was very funny. And let me see. I think I got one bit of Twitter fuckery that I commented on today. Let me pop over there real quick. Oh yeah. So we were talking about old Chucky earlier, right?
Oh yeah.
He put out a tweet that says, "I'm forcing a vote that the Senate has never confirmed a Supreme Court nominee this close to a presidential election day. We aren't going to have business as usual while the GOP tries to use an illegitimate process to jam through a nominee to rip away health care for millions," right?
Right.
And my question was, quick question for everybody mimicking this rhetoric, is it safe to assume that you believe that Trump is no longer or had no longer been president since voting started and is therefore not responsible for anything that happens in America until the election is over with?
Ooh, good question.
Now, the reason that I asked that is because you would have to think that, right? Like anything that happens under Trump right now, as far as the economy, if a fucking war broke out, if there's any major decisions that a president is set to make at this moment, then your line should be, he shouldn't be making any of those decisions and everything that happens right now, since technically he's not president anymore until the election's over. We don't expect anything from him, right?
Well, I see what you're going with, and that's actually a good thought. I didn't even catch that part. But an interesting thing happened in my fucketry. Maddie, you guys know Maddie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She put out a tweet today agreeing with the notion of muting the different candidates during the debate. And I'm like, I don't agree with that. Besides, if you go look at the debate, and this is true, go look at the first debate. Do you know who was the first person to interrupt?
Joe Biden.
It was Joseph Biden. And his specific comment goes to what you said, Satsu. Trump is talking about, so Trump gives his answer, Biden gets his 2 minutes, Trump goes into because at that point they're supposed to have a dialogue. Trump is in the middle of talking and he's like, I am the president for 4 years. And Joe Biden says this. He says, until the election starts.
What?
I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I must have missed that line in the Constitution.
Yeah.
Well, and clearly Joe Biden didn't ever listen to a word Ruth Bader Ginsburg said either.
Well, the funny part is that's what Trump was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He had brought it up. But yeah, that's a good catch there, Satsu.
Yeah, because I'm just like, it seems when it comes to everything else in the news and what's going on with Trump or whatever, y'all are still treating him like a president. You still have expectations of him that you would have of a sitting president, a person who is in charge right now. Whenever people are talking about America burning down and whatever, your response is Trump's America. This is Trump's America right now. This is his. Until it comes to making this decision, that is. I just thought that was a little interesting.
Real quick, I saw what you said there, Black Romeo. We'll get to that in a second. I'm sorry, Satsu.
No responses. Oh yeah, and then the last bit of this is personal fucketry because it only pretty much applies to me and everybody else who's in the scenario. But apparently, even if you have PT on your PS4, despite the fact that almost everything will be backwards compatible on the PlayStation 5, PT will not be. So you cannot transfer your PT game, which is the playable trailer for the Silent Hills that never came to be, which is depressing as fuck. But I still have the demo. Yeah, you can't transfer it over to your PS5. It won't work. It won't function. Even if you have it saved as a backup, they're like, nope, can't be done. And I'm like, I mean, and it's not that big a deal because I mean, it's literally just a demo. It's not that long, but it is an excellent experience. It's like a really awesome gaming experience to just have. And you know, I'm not getting rid of my PS4 for that very reason because you know I have it. But yeah, that was just a thing where I was like, man, I mean, I guess whatever. It is what it is.
Satsu, could you drop the link to that guy's channel you were talking about, the funny guy, into chat?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, sir. Several people were asking for it. P-Dog, my friend, what you got for the humpetry?
Well, I have a video example. You may have seen it, you may not have, but I'm going to share it right now, and you can decide if you want to put that on the screen or not, because you're going to, after you hear it, you're going to wish you didn't.
You send it to my DMs or in chat?
No, I'm not sharing the screen.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, this.
Okay, hold your ears if you're.
They won't be able to hear it. If you want them to be able to hear it, you have to link it to me.
Oh, okay. I
definitely don't want to hear
probably
that.
Heard it. I did.
The way that it works through StreamYards, the way it works through StreamYards is it can only be heard if it comes from me.
Right.
I can't share your sound that way. Yeah.
And now I can't hear it myself because I can't. Oh my God! I'm sorry. Okay, good. That thing stopped. I could hear it. Oh, stop fucking playing. There we go.
Look, I would imagine that video is exactly what hell sounds like.
Yeah.
It is. You know, if you wanted to help. Anyway, the fuckery that I saw today was this whole Rudy Giuliani thing and the Borat film.
Oh yeah.
Did you already talk about that? So apparently,
no, we haven't.
Okay, so Rudy Giuliani. Here's the way Twitter. You know how they do their moments or whatever they do. They have their own little summary of it, where they say Rudy Giuliani says compromising scene. Oh, okay. Now they've changed it now. They're going by what Giuliani said. So apparently Sacha Baron Cohen has this new Borat film, and apparently his daughter, who's 24 years old, was in an interview, supposedly as a prank on Rudy Giuliani to interview him, right? And so she mics him up. You know how they wire people up with mics, and and then when they're done, she takes the mic out, and she pulls his shirt out and stuff like that. So when he goes to tuck his shirt back in, then Sacha Baron Cohen comes in with cameras saying, she's only 15. And so the Guardian article writes it as though they say he's possibly touching himself when he's tucking his shirt in. And so people all over the internet are now, oh, Rudy Giuliani thought he was with a 15-year-old girl. He's this and that. And it's just such bullshit.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, I haven't watched the movie, which apparently came out this last Friday on Netflix. Because I don't need to see another. I didn't need a sequel to Borat. Did anybody?
No.
The Borat movie actually could have been like 45 minutes, and it probably still would have been a little bit too long. But I saw this, and I'm like, okay, no, I feel like there's got to be something more to it. And then I read an actual description. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? There's actual pedos out there.
There are. In fact, there's somebody. What's that guy's name? There's pictures of him with like a 14-year-old girl. He's related to what's that guy's name? He used to hang out with the black guy. Oh, Joe Biden.
Yeah,
Hunter Biden.
Hunter.
That guy. Hunter. Apparently there's photographs of him and that laptop shit. And apparently the people in the FBI who have the laptops are people who are normally investigate child abuse, child pornography, stuff like that. I just don't know what that's all about. Have you heard about that?
No, it's that's news to me. Yeah.
I don't. And something about and then influence peddling. Anyway, go ahead.
Corey Feldman told the world decades ago about people who touched him when he was a kid. None of these people give a flying fuck.
Isn't that weird? That one's baffling. Are they? That he's been talking about that for decades.
Decades.
And they just no one. It's almost like no one gives them the time of day on that.
Yeah. Oh, but Harvey Weinstein told me if I suck his dick, he'll give me a movie role. And I did it. And it's so horrible. He should. Shut up, bitch. You sucked a dick on purpose. Corey Feldman was anally raped as a child. And you guys don't give a fuck. Sorry, Peter. I didn't mean to jump on your shit there.
That's fine. And
that one still pisses me off.
Yeah, well, now they've changed it now because it says Rudy Giuliani says compromising scene in new Borat film is a complete fabrication. So the actor playing Borat's daughter, Giuliani, issued a statement shortly after the embargo was lifted, saying, "At no time before, during, or after the interview was I ever inappropriate." Yeah, they have a picture of him tucking his shirt in, and you know how they say certain news outlets deceptively edit things.
No, I've never heard that before.
So it's always the guys on with a certain perspective, like James, what's his name, the Project Veritas guy. They always say, "Oh, deceptive editing" when he puts out all the raw footage. But this is a movie, which is the purpose of the movie is to embarrass people. Do you think they might just slightly deceptively edit to make it look worse than it is? I don't know.
Well, and the weird part is it's not even the editing in this case. It is specifically the comments of people describing this shit. Like, he put his hands down his pants with a girl he thought was 15. One, he didn't think she was 15. He had no idea.
Right.
And two, tucking his shirt in for fuck's sake. James Colley, thank you. PSA coming soon. New streaming service, Boomer Yards. Yes, Boomer Yards for those older creators who can't figure shit out. I had to read it wrong just to make that right for him, didn't I?
I resemble that remark.
Suck my boomer balls. Anyway, did you have anything else?
No, because I wasn't prepared. So I have all kinds of shit bookmarked, but I'm trying to scroll through it and see if anything's worthy. It's not.
There's only one I really want to talk about today. I was what was the exact terminology? Ranting Monkey is creep who has pedo tendencies.
I thought you were about to talk about somebody calling you a Trumpster.
Well, same guy. Sanguine, thank you. Wasn't it Oprah who laughed when Corey came out with that? Yeah. Don't talk. I mean, the way Hollywood dealt with Corey Feldman and his accusations is absolutely fucking disgusting. Which, if you guys just heard the anger, how angry I got just talking about that, and then going into monkey has pedo tendencies. You know what he bases this shit on? You know what he based it on? You say sexual things to 17 to 21-year-old girls online.
What?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I talked to 17-year-olds, which I can't remember ever doing. Everybody that I know I've talked to is 18 plus. And even then, I'm not all that sexual with them. I mean, there's times, I'm not going to lie, there's times I make jokes and shit. But yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
give an example. I'm like, who is he? Who could he be referring? Like, is he talking about when you're about to sing a birthday song and don't realize, like, didn't know how old they were yet, or?
No. I know exactly what he's talking about. But when he said the 17 to 21-year-old thing, I knew exactly who he's talking about. There are only 2 women that I talk to on any kind of regular basis who fit that number. SDA and Weibo. That's it.
But weren't they both older than 18?
Yeah, neither one of them were.
They're friends.
Neither one of them were minors when I met them.
And they're and
there was a funny comment one time with an argument, and I forget what it was about. But there was some allegation of somebody who was accused of doing something to a kid, and there was an argument that popped up on Twitter, and somebody said to the guy arguing me, "Don't argue. Even if you're right, you're going to be wrong when it comes to kids with him." Because the monkey motto is don't fuck with kids, period. I've lost my shit over that so many times on this show and on Monkey in the Morning and even on other people's shows. The absolute asininity of even suggesting that is mind-blowing to me. Like, I'm sorry, the fuck did you just say? And then he told me, 17 to 21 years. I'm like, oh, dear God. At the very least, it would be 18 to 21-year-olds. And that's not pedophilia in any way. They would be adults. And it just seems to me this all boils down to the fact that he's a sad little man, and he's jealous that beautiful women will talk to me.
And pedophilia is a very specific thing.
You know, and I get that. I do, because there's the other ones like what hebephilia and whatever the other. Even if you're just going underage, I've never even done that.
Right, but and also you're talking to somebody on the internet and you're not suggesting anything. She needs to just shut the fuck up.
This asshole, I'm guessing, claimed you to simp for SDA and Weebs when they were streaming together. I remember him from their chat. Oh yeah, I remember him from both of their chats. Yeah, and when they did the show together. I think he's jealous that those 2 ladies were nice to me and didn't hate me the way he does. It's really sad, man. Yufio, here's the thing. Become a better person. Maybe women will talk to you.
Did you see the comment I left on the thing he said about you?
Yes, I did. And I'd also like to thank everybody who did make kind comments on that. Because there's a lot of things you can say about me and even make arguments that are true, even if they're not. But that one, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's what the whole after party stream was. And it was funny because it started. Shrouded Angel, thank you. Did you replace Scribbles with P-Dog for tonight? For tonight, yes. It all started because I did the monkey in the morning that I did last night, I named after Shu because Shu had just done a video. She did it 2 days ago now. And I watched it. What's that?
Well, she's 15.
Right. And I watched it and I wanted to comment on it because there's been a lot of talk about how much Shu has changed. And Sargon even made a video about it the other day. And so she responded to Sargon and I discussed that. And I pointed out the fact maybe Shu hasn't changed all that much. She's just changed what she talks about. Because if you go back and look at the stuff she used to talk about, she didn't get into like deeply financial things like universal health care or UBI or tax rates for the rich. She didn't talk about that shit. Mm-hmm. So nobody can say she changed her mind on that shit because you don't know. And that was all I was saying. But I was just a creeper who's creeping on Shu because I thought she was on my side. And when she wasn't, I became obsessed with her.
Which is, that's why I got mad. Because I usually, I try to not, jump into those situations, whatever. I'm like, you ain't even watched the fuck. If you would have at least watched the fucking stream, you would have known that the literal narrative of that stream was the complete opposite of what you're pushing.
I know, right?
It's like the total polar opposite of what you claim it was. So let's just say the person who you were trying to get their attention went over and was like, oh yeah, well, let's go see one of these fuckboys do this thing. They would have went and seen you make the complete opposite argument.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just like, oh my God, Monkey, mute this motherfucker. So I have to stop seeing him.
Oh, I can't. He's like my favorite retard toy on Twitter right now.
Fuck.
But it was funny that what you just mentioned, because he did in his original video or his original tag, he got it even wrong more than that, Satsu, because he said the Jack Cochran and the Ranting Monkey are over there talking about Shu.
Yeah, and
Jack wasn't
on the stream.
Jack wasn't on the stream for any of the part I talked about Shu.
Right.
So it was just like, but he tagged Vosh and Jake from the Bible Reloaded.
Oh, like, good God. I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
he did.
That's why Shu showed up.
I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about, dickhole?
No. She will show up where anyone's talking about her.
No, Shu showed up because I told her I was going to be talking about her.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look, there's a lot of people you guys don't know that when I talk about them on the streams, I reach out to them and I tell them, hey, I'm going to be talking about you in case you hear that I was talking about you. Here's what I'm going to say. You're free to come on. And I did that with her.
Well, your points about her were very good too. I agree. Those are just topics she never talked about until she started getting political. But she hasn't changed anything about the wage gap, or she hasn't changed anything about stupid feminism shit. She still says the same things about those topics.
Mm-hmm.
And she is always very trans friendly as far as the Tumblr definition of trans. She always was, because one of her best friends is a trans man.
Yeah.
And so she's always been that, but she just didn't talk. You notice that she didn't make videos about that back in the SJW days. But as far as politics, no one knew what she did. No one knew she knew about anything because she never talked about those things until now.
Yep. And there are people who feel like she switched sides and she left. And I don't feel that way about her. And I even said when she first started doing Brainlet that I enjoy the Brainlet channel because I get to see what she's actually talking about. Because the other ones are more of a comedy kind of video, which I like. Don't get me wrong. But I also enjoy listening to people think, and that's where she was doing that. And I said, even though she seems to be polar opposite of me, I enjoy just listening to what she actually thinks about politics. But apparently, guys, I'm very upset that she left my side. Cryptic, thank you. The only true Shu is shoeless Joe Jackson. Fair point. But I don't want to dwell on this anymore. If you guys want to see the rest of my response to this fucknut, watch the after party. What a fucking retard, though. How could you get it that wrong? It wasn't even that long of a segment. 15 minutes of your life, and you could have avoided looking like a complete dumbass.
How do you confidently get it that wrong.
I know, right?
Like, I can see how you can, like, maybe, like, well, based on normal knowledge that I know about him, which is probably also false, but this is what I assume the conversation was about. You still look like an idiot, but at least you'd be playing it safe. But you confidently, like, bullshitted a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
And pretended like you knew what you were talking about, and tagged, like, people who apparently you feel are significant enough to see you look stupid. Like, good day.
Why are you tagging Vosh?
Because Vosh is like the fucking Jesus of the bread tubers. I don't know why, though.
Oh, I do have to make a correction. Cryptic
Please.
to cryptic. No, Shoeless Joe Jackson is not the only shoe. Billy White Shoes Johnson is also shoe.
We're going to get into the shoe peoples. All right, guys, we're going to move on to question time. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's a question you want to ask us, throw it in the chat now. Questions, comments, and concerns are allowed. We'll do our best to get to them. Remember, guys, if you want more interesting talk during chat time, ask us more interesting questions.
That's right.
And we actually have one there. Can you get SDA on as a guest again? I'm sure I could. And here's the problem when it comes to me and guests. Most of the time I think about having a guest on, and P-Dog, you can attest to this.
Mm-hmm.
I ask them like half an hour before the show because I mean to ask, and then I forget. So it's like half an hour before the show, I'm like, dude, can you come on tonight? And a lot of times people can't. And so, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can and sometimes you can't.
Yeah. But you can attest to the fact that it comes like late. Rarely do I'm like, hey, you want to come on next week?
Or sometimes you've already started the show and it comes.
Oh, indeed.
Well,
indeed.
All right. Hey, if I'm watching and I'm not at work, I'll go on.
Did you see San Francisco pass the Karen Act? I didn't see that it passed, but this is the calling 911 against black people thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know enough of the bill to talk about it confidently, but as I remember, there was something with it's California, so it's probably fucked up.
Look, like I said, if they're treating this situation similar to, like, you know, women who make false rape charges, where it's like you are willingly and knowingly calling the police on somebody with the objective to get them in trouble, despite the fact that you know that nothing bad is happening, I don't have a problem with that existing. But come the fuck on.
No, and you know what? I'm with you on that. Because to me, that's basically the same as a false police report.
Right.
You are taking up resources, and somebody may have died because your dumb ass is over here wasting police resources.
Mm-hmm.
So go fuck yourself. P-Dog, what are you doing for Halloween, and will there be a Halloween special?
Oh, well, Jonathan, that's a good question. I see Evil Jonathan asked that. I don't know if there's going to be a Halloween special on my channel. Yeah, we'll see. That's up in the air. But Halloween, fortunately, the kids in my neighborhood, I think, are still going to come out. And I always we put a big old display out, and I always, if it's cold, I usually have a portable fire pit and have a big fire in my driveway, and I usually stand there in a hood as still as I can with an axe next to me, and then when the kids walk up, I scrape the axe against the driveway just a little bit, and they all jump, and that's how I have fun on Halloween. So
by scaring little kids.
Yes, but because they walk up to me to see if I'm real, and then all of a sudden I just gently scrape the axe, and they're like, "Oh shit."
There's nothing wrong. I mean, it's Halloween. They're supposed to be scares, as long as you're not doing it to like 3-year-olds who come up.
Right.
Like,
no, I don't.
Run, bitch.
Oh, I
scared the shit out of that kid. I just killed his mom. He was terrified.
I got a little bit killed last year by one kid though, because last year I give out Snickers bars or whatever the normal candy, and last year I gave out we had these fruit snacks. They were cheap, and then the cars, the little trail mix, and I hear one kid as he's leaving going, wow, this looks so cool until we got to the candy bowl. This is disappointing. I'm like, you so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the full size Snickers bar.
I guess you spent all the money on the effects.
Yeah,
so, ungrateful little shit.
Yeah, no, because and the other thing, we just put the bowl out there, and I don't tell them how much they can take or whatnot. And what's amazing, kids are very cool about that. They will, I'll have a big bowl of whatever I'm handing out, and they'll just take one or two. No, I've never had kids who come in there and just get all greedy and try to fill their bag at one place. So kids are pretty impressive.
Because there's a giant motherfucker in a hood scraping a sickle across the ground.
Okay, good point.
Cryptic, thank you so much. It says, P-Dog, how in the hell did you land Lady Boomer? Fentanyl.
We met in a bar. She was drunk. What do you
P-Dog, go for the true answer.
That's the truth. No, she actually didn't remember me after I called her, because she wanted someone tall to dance with, and she saw me, and I was talking to another woman, but it wasn't like anyone I was dating. It was just a workmate, and she was all drunk, and she wanted to dance with somebody tall, and I was like the tallest guy she saw, so she grabs me and she goes, "You want to dance?" I'm like, "Okay," we danced, and we danced, for quite a while, and then I poured her and her drunk friends into a taxi cab, and I gave her my phone number, and she saw the thing. She calls her friend. She goes, I don't remember who this is. Was he cute? And I'm like, all I can remember is I remember I was dancing. And I was a pretty good dancer, and there's a whole lot. That's a lot longer story than that, but that's how we met.
She was like, "Did he buy me food? Do I owe him a blowjob or anything?"
No. Did I buy him food?
Sean Uli asks, would I be able to live stream and game stream with an upload of 25.6? Yes. He goes on to say, and a download of 32.9. Your download is not nearly as important as your upload. And if you have an upload of 25.6, one, where the fuck do you live? You might want to check that and make sure it is 25.
Yeah. My upload's 45.
Yeah. Your upload's what?
45.
Fuck you, man.
My download's always above 100, and there sometimes my download would be at like 500-600.
Nice.
So yeah,
if you can get that, I'm just saying, make sure that is what you have, because some people think it's what they have, but check it. Right. Always run speed tests. Yeah. You can do a game stream as long as you're doing it by yourself with an upload of about 3. Anything above that's gravy and just makes it easier to play with other players. As you're playing with more players, you need more, so that will be part of it. Did you see that Joe Biden said America was an idea on Twitter? There's people who say that. Hang on just a second. Thank you, Mighty Balzac. Don't cough near me, please. Please far cough.
Far cough.
All right, I see what you did. Dark Resurrect, thank you. Ricky Numbers, my upload is 100 megabytes. Fuck right off, all of you.
Yeah. Wow. I'm supposed to be getting 30, and I get 30. So, well, at least most of the time I do. Sometimes I have to call them like, "Hey, motherfuckers."
The idea that America is just an idea, I've heard that before, and there's a little bit of truth to it. There's a little bit of truth to it. If you go back to the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal. That is an idea we did not hit. And some people think we still haven't hit, but we didn't hit for a long, long time.
Nah, we still haven't. And it's not on some SJW type stuff. It's just like the reality of human beings and life. It's not going to happen.
But I get what you're saying there, but when it comes to how our government treats people, they can absolutely treat everybody the same.
Right. And
they should. And if somebody has an instance where they're not, by all means, the only place I can see is where it goes the wrong way.
Yeah. And even that system, because look at celebrities and how they get treated versus sentences and,
Fair enough. Yeah. Right. So there is some truth to that. But there's also people who say it without acknowledging what America actually is, because there's an idea and it's something we strive for as a nation. It doesn't mean we're not a nation. I mean, that's the promise of America. All men are created equal. Everybody's like, the American dream. Like, no. The promise of America is that all men are created equal, because that was something at the time was a revolutionary idea.
Right.
Right.
And created equal doesn't mean you don't have to put any effort in.
True.
Created equal means you start equal and you have the same, you have rights and the same opportunities based on what your ability and your motivation and your ethic of work is. But you know what? If you don't have anything like that, then you're not going to be equal in the outcome. So
yes,
sorry, there's no such, and that's why I get when they start saying disparities between demographics. Well, yeah, there's a lot bigger issues than, it's not the demographic. Sometimes it's the attitude of various demographics, or what demographics are told they are going to amount to, or if demographics are told that somebody's going to hold you down and you believe it, then you're probably not going to try too hard. So that's.
Stenlock says, check your DMs, D-hole. I think we know who he's talking to there. It's not me, and it's not P-Dog, so.
D-hole.
He's calling Satsu a dickhole.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Everything jumped. Where the hell were we?
Satsu 2 cents, are you hosting the debate tomorrow, or is Scribe hosting tomorrow?
The hell is that?
Hosting tomorrow, and we're probably going to be talking about the debate, but I'm not going to be actively it won't be all official like like Scribe did.
Okay.
Is the Jake he tagged Papa Bird Jake? Yes. Isn't your number one rule for your chat, do not attack my family and leave my granddaughters alone? Yeah. But my number one rule in life is leave children alone. Let them be kids and enjoy life, because it ends way too quickly. Monkey, in regards to your stream this morning, I'd like to inform you that I have never masturbated once in my life. I lost count decades ago. Stop it. What kind of genuine progress would you like to see in human civilization, technology, philosophy, legislation, etc.?
How about the leave me the fuck alone legislation?
That has been my campaign promise since I started running for president when I turned 35, guys. I will leave you the fuck alone.
You know what I wish would happen? I wish that they would have, let's say, 1-2 year period when a new Congress is in session, where they promised that they would not write a single new law, but rather go through the entire system of laws, whatever, the whole book, so to speak, and remove all the stupid laws. That would be a good step. Just no new laws. No new laws. Nothing. And a flat tax.
So you're hoping that they do what I wish ARC would do and stop releasing don't release any more fucking content and just fix the fucking game. Spend some time fixing your fucking broken ass game. Stop releasing content and fix it. And then
YouTube. Stop changing shit. Fix your shit. Don't do anything new until you got the shit fixed. Yes, there's analogies abound, I'm sure, for this whole solution to life.
Keldrick, thank you, says hashtag Scrump 2020.
Scrump.
I would like to see a flat tax with no loopholes at all. Everybody gets the same deduction. Bam. That's it.
Yeah, starting at 2 times the poverty level. You get free money up to 2 times the poverty level, and then you have a 10% tax with no deductions. Doesn't matter what kind of income it is. That not wealth, income. And if you take in from any of your wealth, that's taxed at 10%. And then guess what? everybody would pay their fair share, and it
Yep.
wouldn't be that hard. You wouldn't need to spend billions of dollars on IRS buildings and accountants to do them. Most
And then
people do it on a postcard.
You could stop fucking whining about everybody. They don't pay their fair share. As far as technology, I would love to see a cure for cancer. Not the shit we have right now, because the shit we have right now is a wing and a prayer, man. You're there. We are going to radiate the fuck out of you. We're going to cut out what we can, and we are going to hope this shit goes away. And it works for a lot of people, and that's great. But I'd like to see a fucking cure for cancer.
Yeah.
And for spinal cord injuries, of course.
If I had to pick like a societal thing, like some miracle could take place to perform this, because there's no legislation that can do it. But it would be two things, one of more importance than the other one as a secondary. An increase in reason and empathy. Those are the two things I would be like, yeah, if we could get the world as a whole to utilize more reason and empathy, then I think by default the world would just become a better place.
Yeah.
See, I told you guys, if you want us to talk more, ask more interesting questions, and we have good ones tonight.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Next up is favorite Voyager episode. I watched maybe the first half of the first season, and my favorite episode is whatever came next, because I didn't watch it. P-Dog, you watched Voyager?
Which one's Voyager?
The one with the old lady at the helm?
The female captain?
Yeah.
Oh, I watched a few of those. I don't remember any specific episode. For probably 6 years, almost every Sunday evening when I was growing up, probably from when I was 7th grade until graduated high school, would sit with my mom and watch reruns of the original Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And literally we would just watch them every Sunday night. And I probably saw the series 50 times over. And, I enjoyed The Next Generation with Picard, but then it just started getting to be too much when they started making all the other ones. And I thought that they were not good shows, but it got old to me.
I just didn't like it. Everything I've seen of DS9, I liked. It just didn't feel too Star Trek-y with me, because they were on the base instead of out exploring.
Yeah, they weren't going anywhere. So anything weird had to come to them.
And then with Voyager, I tried to watch it. I wanted to like it because I fucking love Star Trek. And I don't like this crew at all. I just didn't like any of them. Never
convinced they were really doing what they were doing. That was
fair. Plus, why did nobody wants to watch an old lady with saggy boobs command a starship? I'm sorry.
And that.
Yeah. Satsu, favorite episode of Voyager?
Oh, it was the one where the things happen. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
In season what the fuck? Yeah, that was a good one. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh God. See, I just complimented them on their great questions tonight, and then this one pops up. Lords of the Night, if you had to.
Oh, I just read the question.
Cocks for fingers that dispensed your favorite beverages, or vagina for a mouth with breath that could eradicate even people from the world.
I think you meant evil.
Perhaps evil.
Okay.
Do you want cock fingers that give you drinks, or bad breath vagina mouth?
Is death an option?
I like my favorite drink, so I'm probably going that way.
Yeah, but all your fingers would be Diet Pepsi. You're so boring when it comes to that.
Well, it said your favorite drink. Oh, it said beverages. So one of them would be whiskey, and one of them would be A&W, and I have other favorites. Other things I like.
Sound like saying so. Cocktail fingers.
Yes.
Quite literally cocktail fingers.
Yeah, I think I'd go with the fingers.
What is the difference? Oh, sorry, Satsu. Do you want to actually answer that?
Just kill me.
What is the difference between communism and socialism? Sometimes us limeys think you conflate the two. Well, over here, they are mostly conflated. And before, what is it, the 1920s or so, they were conflated when you talked about them, because socialism is the step to communism. Marx believed that you just couldn't go from capitalism straight to communism because you would have disorder. And so he believed that there was a step that you needed first, socialism. That is where the workers take over production and manufacturing, and they become the owners of it instead of one owner at the top. And so the workers become the owners and operators of the means of production. And then that moves into the government doing it for everyone. Government becomes the owner of everything. That's why when people are like, well, it's just socialism in Venezuela. No, it wasn't. They actually took over, the government took over all of the oil production. That was communism. So when I say no, they were actually communist, I'm right, because I know the definitions. Sorry.
No, you're good. You were on a roll.
I get annoyed at that because, and sorry, who asked that question?
Andrew Joyner.
Andrew. I don't mean to take that out on you, but I get that a lot. You don't even know the difference. Yeah, I actually fucking do.
And though I know the difference, I don't care. I don't want either, because neither system can work in large populations for a very long time. Either one, you have to have it'll work in a small group. If you're a family or a small like-minded group of people. But unfortunately, let's take our country, for example, with 330 million people. Not everyone has the same goals. Not everyone has the same desires. Not everyone has the same wants and needs. Not everyone has the same motivation. So you're going to try to force everyone to do people in a way that benefits everyone else, and sort of, but not everybody gives a shit about everyone else. That's not human nature. Your family, my family could be considered a social, or more of a communist is, I don't know. Communism has to do with how the government takes over companies, but it does not work for any long period of time. And the people who want to implement whatever that is, you can't have that until you have a wealthy nation. And then wealth is not a zero-sum game, but it is in a communist or socialist society.
Satsu, any game stream tonight?
No, I won't be streaming tonight.
Whole bunch of people telling me about their great upload speed, so fuck off. I heard my name, Monkey. You skipped my question, calling you Scribe from now on. I hadn't got to your question yet, Dom. Relax. Why you gotta be? What are you, a woman?
Why you gotta be so passive aggressive?
Satsu, you trying to get a PS5?
Yeah. Who's trying to get me one?
Ebony was the one who asked.
Oh hell yeah! You got the hookup, Ebony? Hit me up. No, I'm serious. Like, if you know a place where I can fucking actually pre-order one, then let me know.
P-Dog Night, what did dinosaurs taste like, or did Prospero not let you eat any?
Bitch, please.
Please. That is the perfect response to
that. Pinkala said, or asked, have you tried The Haunting of Verdansk yet? Is that a game or a movie? Or I've never heard of it, so no. But Satsu, do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Well, here, let me select that.
You gonna go to the Googs?
And search Google.
The Googs.
Them dinosaurs taste just like chicken.
What is Call of Duty Warzone Haunting of Verdansk Halloween event starts? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was going to play it. me and my homie been playing one of the older Call of Duties, Infinite Warfare, and we've been going through and doing all the Easter eggs again because we just miss doing that. And we saw that and we were like, should we? Nah, let's play zombies.
All right, and with that, guys, we are going to wrap up because it's 11 o'clock. And sorry if we didn't get to your questions. You guys, yes, amazing questions tonight. I really do appreciate all the interaction. You're awesome people, and I love you. Thank you for the donations. You guys are more generous than I feel I deserve, and I appreciate it. Thank you for making your money my money. P-Dog, is there anything you'd like to shield tonight?
Sure. Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. And tomorrow, a special programming note. I will be on with Scribe Light at, 3:30 Eastern, whatever that translates to every place else, doing a TED Talk, whatever he does, the TEDx Talks thing. So we'll see you there tomorrow.
Guys, P-Dog's channel is in the description. If you don't see it, you need to refresh.
And subscribe and click the bell.
P-Dog, thank you for joining us tonight, my friend.
My pleasure. Been great fun.
Satsu, where are they going to see you next?
Probably here tomorrow on my channel. And I got the trailer coming out for the new series that I'm working on tomorrow, and then the official video will be dropping on Friday. I'm very excited for this, guys. It's something I've never tried before, so I hope it works out. Like I said, it's been getting good reviews so far, so we'll see.
Guys, I have plans to be doing at least 3 streams over the next several hours. I'm going to do a couple of game streams and a Monkey in the Morning. So follow me on Twitter to find out when I'm going live with each of them, if you want to come hang out. Thank you guys for watching. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Everyone have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.